Stop. Before you take another sip of water tonight, you need to hear this. If you wake up even one time every night to use the bathroom, your body might be screaming a warning that 9 out of 10 people completely ignore. I'm not exaggerating. I'm a board-certified urologist. I've spent over 15 years treating thousands of patients who walked into my clinic believing the same lie you probably believe right now, that waking up to pee at night is just a normal part of getting older. It's not. In fact, what I'm about to share with you is something most doctors don't have the time or the courage to explain in a 7-minute appointment. Last month, a 58-year-old man named Robert sat down in my office. He told me he'd been waking up 2, sometimes 3 times every single night for the past 4 years. His wife was tired of it. He was tired of it. And every doctor he'd seen just shrugged and said, "It's your age." Robert almost didn't come to see me. Thank God he did, because what we found inside his body changed his life and may have saved it. You see, your bladder isn't supposed to wake you up. Not once. Not ever. A healthy adult should sleep 6 to 8 hours straight without needing the bathroom. So when that stops happening, something deeper is going on. Something your kidneys, your heart, your hormones, or even your prostate are quietly trying to tell you. And here's what makes this so dangerous. A landmark study published in the Journal of Urology found that adults who wake up 2 or more times per night have a significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, depression, heart disease, and yes, early death. Read that again. Early death. Not because peeing kills you, but because of what's hiding behind it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 real reasons your body is forcing you out of bed at night. From the most common and easiest to fix, all the way down to number 1, which I promise you almost no doctor is talking about. And number 1, it's not your prostate. It's not your bladder. It's not even how much water you drink before bed. Number 1 is something happening silently inside your chest while you sleep, and it's been linked to one of the leading causes of sudden cardiac death in adults over 50. I'll explain exactly what it is, how to spot it, and the one simple test you can do tomorrow morning to find out if it's happening to you right now. But first, we need to start with the basics, because if you skip these, you'll never fix the root cause. You'll just keep waking up night after night, slowly destroying your sleep, your heart, and your years on this earth. So before I reveal number 5, I want you to do something for me right now. Pause this video, look at the clock, and ask yourself one honest question. How many times did I get up last night? 1, 2, 3, more? Whatever the number is, remember it, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why it's happening, exactly what your body is warning you about, and exactly what to do tonight to start fixing it. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to waste your time, and I'm certainly not going to tell you it's just your age. Because the truth is, your body is talking to you. The only question is, are you finally ready to listen? Let's start where most people should start, but almost never do. Number 5, your fluids are betraying you at the worst possible time. This sounds simple. It's not. Here's what almost no one tells you. As you age, your kidneys stop concentrating urine the way they did in your 20s. There's a hormone called ADH, antidiuretic hormone, and it's supposed to spike at night, telling your kidneys, slow down, the human is sleeping. But after age 40, that signal weakens. After 50, it can drop dramatically. So that big glass of water you drank with dinner, the one that used to disappear quietly, is now sitting in your bladder by 2 a.m. Banging on the door. Last year, a woman named Maria came to see me, 62 years old, wide awake every night at 1:30 and 4 o'clock like clockwork. She told me proudly, "Doctor, I drink 10 glasses of water a day. I'm doing everything right." I asked her one question. "When do you drink them?" She paused, then admitted she barely drank anything until dinner, and then guzzled most of it between 7 and 10 p.m., trying to catch up. That was her entire problem. Here's the fix, and you can start tonight. Front-load your hydration. Drink 70% of your fluids before 3 p.m. Then taper. Stop all fluids, water, tea, soup, even fruit, at least 3 hours before bed. And one more thing nobody mentions. When you do get up to pee, lean forward on the toilet. It empties your bladder more completely, so the next signal takes longer to arrive. Maria did exactly this. Within 10 days, she was sleeping through the night for the first time in 4 years. But, and this is important, what if you've already tried this? What if you stopped drinking water at 6 p.m. and you're still waking up like clockwork? Then your problem isn't the water, it's something stronger. Something hiding in plain sight in your kitchen, your coffee cup, and possibly your medicine cabinet. Number 4, the silent diuretics destroying your nights. This one shocks people. Caffeine and alcohol aren't just drinks. They are chemical messengers that hijack your bladder and your hormones. Caffeine does 2 things. First, it's a diuretic. It tells your kidneys to dump more water. Second, and worse, it's a bladder irritant, meaning even small amounts make your bladder feel full when it isn't. And here's the brutal part. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours. At 3 p.m. Coffee, half of it is still circulating in your body at 9 p.m. When you're trying to sleep, alcohol is even sneakier. It directly shuts down ADH, that same hormone we just talked about. So your kidneys go into overdrive. And 4 hours later, when the alcohol wears off, you get a rebound flood. That's why 2 glasses of wine at dinner can mean 3 trips to the bathroom by sunrise. I had a patient, a 67-year-old retired teacher named Frank, who was waking up 3 times a night. He swore he'd tried everything. Then he mentioned his nightly glass of red wine. Just 1, he said. We cut it out for 2 weeks. He went from 3 wakings to 1. The fix: no caffeine afternoon, no alcohol within 4 hours of bed. And, this is critical, check your medications. Blood pressure pills called diuretics are notorious for this. If you're taking one in the evening, ask your doctor about switching it to morning. It can change everything. Now here's where things get serious. Because what if you fixed your fluids, cut the caffeine, stopped the wine, and you're still waking up? That means the problem isn't what you're putting into your body. The problem is what your body is doing on its own. Something in your blood, something in your sugar. Something so common that 1 in 3 adults over 50 has it, and most don't even know. That's number 3. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your nightly bathroom trips the same way again. Number 3. Your blood sugar is poisoning your sleep. Here's a number that should stop you cold. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, and roughly 80% of them have no idea. They feel fine. Their weight looks normal enough. Their last checkup was unremarkable, but their body is sounding an alarm every single night, and the alarm is the bathroom. Here's the science, and pay close attention because this might be the moment your story changes. When your blood sugar climbs above a certain threshold, usually around 180 milligrams per deciliter, your kidneys can no longer hold on to the glucose. So they dump it into your urine. And here's the cruel part. Sugar in urine acts like a sponge. It pulls water out of your body through a process called osmotic diuresis. In plain English, high blood sugar literally turns your kidneys into a leaky faucet. This is why one of the earliest, most overlooked signs of type 2 diabetes is, yes, waking up to pee. Long before the thirst, long before the fatigue, long before the numbness in your feet. Just 1 extra bathroom trip at 3 a.m. I'll never forget a patient named James, 54 years old, truck driver, tough as nails. He came in convinced he had a prostate problem because he was waking up 4 times a night. I ran a urine dipstick before we even talked. The strip turned dark. Glucose, massive amounts. His blood sugar was 312. He had full-blown diabetes and didn't know it. His bladder problem was actually his pancreas screaming for help. And here's where it gets truly frightening. A 2019 study in the journal Diabetes Care found that adults with untreated nocturia from high blood sugar have a dramatically increased risk of heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, blindness, and lower limb amputation within 10 years. 10 years sounds far away. It isn't. The fix is simple, and it could save your life. Get an A1C blood test. It costs about $20. It measures your average blood sugar for the last 3 months. If it's above 5.7, you're in the warning zone. Above 6.5, you have diabetes. And while you wait for that result, cut the refined sugar and white carbs tonight. Bread, pasta, soda, pastries, juice. Even small reductions for 1 week often shrink nighttime urine output noticeably. But maybe your blood sugar is fine. Maybe you've already tested. And you're still waking up. Then we have to look somewhere only a urologist will check. Number 2, the walnut that's squeezing your nights. If you're a man over 50, listen very carefully. By age 60, more than 50% of men have an enlarged prostate. By age 85, it's nearly 90%. This isn't rare. It's not unusual. It is, statistically, almost guaranteed to happen to you. The condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Your prostate is a walnut-sized gland that wraps around your urethra like a fist around a straw. As it grows, it slowly closes that straw. Now your bladder has to push harder to empty, and it never fully succeeds. So what happens? You go to bed with a bladder that's already half full. You only need a few ounces to trigger the urge, and boom, 1 a.m., then 3, then 5. For women, the equivalent is overactive bladder or pelvic floor weakening, affecting roughly 40% of women over 50, often after childbirth or menopause. Same nightmare, different cause. And this is where it stops being annoying and starts being dangerous. A massive study from the New England Journal of Medicine found that older adults who wake up 2 or more times per night have a 28% higher risk of falls and hip fractures. And a hip fracture in someone over 65? 1 in 3 dies within 12 months. Not from the fracture. From the cascade, pneumonia, blood clots, infection, decline. Your nighttime bathroom trips aren't just stealing your sleep. They are statistically shortening your life. The fix? Men over 45 get a PSA test and a digital prostate exam. It takes 30 seconds. I know you don't want to. Do it anyway. Ask your doctor about medications like tamsulosin or finasteride, which can shrink the prostate or relax it. For women, pelvic floor therapy and bladder training can reduce nighttime trips by up to 50% within weeks. These are not gimmicks. These are proven, published, life-changing interventions. But here's the hardest truth of this entire video. Even after you fix the sugar, even after you treat the prostate, even after you do everything right, some of you will still wake up at night because the real cause, the one nobody's looking for, isn't in your bladder. It isn't in your blood. It's in your chest. And what's happening there while you sleep is so dangerous, so silent, and so common that the American Heart Association now calls it one of the most underdiagnosed killers of adults over 50. That's number 1. And after 15 years in this field, I can tell you, once you understand it, you will never sleep the same way again. Number 1. The silent killer in your chest that's forcing you out of bed every night. I want you to think about something for a moment. You've fixed your fluids. You've cut the caffeine. You checked your blood sugar. You treated your prostate. And you're still waking up every single night. If that's you, then what I'm about to say may be the most important thing you hear this year. Because what's happening to you isn't a bladder problem. It isn't a prostate problem. It isn't even a kidney problem. It's a breathing problem. And it's killing people quietly in their sleep while their families think they're just snoring. The condition is called obstructive sleep apnea. And before you say, I don't snore that badly, stop. Because 80% of people with sleep apnea have no idea they have it. Their partners barely notice. Their doctors never test for it. And every single night, their heart is fighting a war their brain doesn't even know is happening. Here's what goes on inside your body when sleep apnea strikes. You drift off, your airway relaxes, then it collapses, partially or completely, for 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Sometimes over a minute, your oxygen level drops. Your brain panics. It fires off a full stress response, flooding your body with adrenaline and cortisol, just like someone screaming, "Wake up or you will die." Your heart rate spikes. Your blood pressure surges, and your body, desperately trying to survive, does something most doctors never connect to your bathroom trips. It produces a hormone called atrial natriuretic peptide, ANP. Your heart releases it when it's under pressure. And ANP does one specific thing. It tells your kidneys to dump water. Fast. Urgently. Right now. So you wake up, not because your bladder was full, because your heart just sent an emergency signal. Because your oxygen dropped so low, your body triggered a flood response to lower blood pressure. Your midnight bathroom trip wasn't about urine. It was a cardiac alarm. I need you to let that sink in. I had a patient, 61 years old, retired firefighter, a man named David. Strong guy? Healthy weight. Never snored loudly according to his wife. But he was waking up 3 to 4 times every single night. We ruled out everything. Prostate normal, blood sugar normal, no diuretics, fluid intake perfect. Something wasn't adding up. I referred him for a sleep study. His results came back showing 47 apnea events per hour. That means nearly once every minute his airway was collapsing. His oxygen was dropping into the low 80s, levels we typically see in patients on oxygen support in the ICU. He wasn't just waking up to pee, he was waking up because his body was saving his life. And here's where the story becomes terrifying. The American Heart Association has published extensive research showing that untreated sleep apnea increases your risk of high blood pressure by 50%, your risk of stroke by 200%, and your risk of sudden cardiac death, especially between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m., by over 140%. That window, midnight to 6, sound familiar? That's exactly when you're waking up. Sleep apnea doesn't just steal your rest. It quietly thickens your heart walls. It hardens your arteries. It raises your blood pressure while you sleep when no medication can touch it. And it does all of this silently, while you assume everything is fine because your daytime checkup looked normal. Daytime checkups don't see what happens at 2 a.m. The warning signs are hiding in plain sight. Waking up with a dry mouth or headache. Feeling exhausted no matter how long you sleep. A partner who notices you stop breathing, even briefly. Mood swings. Brain fog. Poor memory. And yes, multiple bathroom trips every single night. David got fitted for a CPAP machine within 3 weeks of his diagnosis. Within 1 month, he was sleeping 6 straight hours for the first time in 7 years. His blood pressure dropped. His brain cleared. His wife told me, and I quote, "I got my husband back." The simple test I promised you? Tomorrow morning, ask yourself honestly, do I wake up feeling genuinely rested? Or do I feel like I barely slept at all, even after 7 or 8 hours? If the answer is the second one, even once a week, you need a sleep study. Not next year. Not when it gets worse. Now, you can request one from your primary care doctor. Many are now done at home with a simple wrist device. No hospital, no wires, no overnight stay. It takes one night and it could add years to your life. Because here is the truth that 15 years in urology has taught me. The bladder is never the whole story. It's a messenger. And the message, the real message, is almost always coming from somewhere deeper. Something quieter. Something your body has been screaming about for years while everyone around you called it just aging. It was never aging. It was your body, trying to save you. So let's bring this all together. Because you've just learned something tonight that most people will never know. Something that took me 15 years of patient care, thousands of clinic hours, and countless moments of watching people suffer needlessly to be able to explain in one video. You learned that waking up to pee at night is never just normal. It is never just age. It is never something you simply accept and move on from. It is a message. And now, for the first time, you know how to read it. Number 5, your fluids are working against you. Front load your water before 3 p.m. Stop all liquids 3 hours before bed. Lean forward when you go. Simple. Free. And for many people, life-changing within days. Number 4, caffeine and alcohol are hijacking your hormones at night. That afternoon coffee. That evening glass of wine. That blood pressure pill you take at dinner. Each one is quietly filling your bladder while you sleep. Cut them. Shift them. Watch what happens. Number 3, your blood sugar may be the hidden flood. 1 in 3 adults is pre-diabetic and doesn't know it. A $20 A1C test could be the most important investment you make this year. If your number is above 5.7, take action tonight. Start with your plate. Number 2, for men, the prostate is a ticking clock. For women, the pelvic floor quietly weakens with time. Neither is shameful. Both are treatable. A 30-second exam or a few weeks of targeted therapy can give you back years of uninterrupted sleep. Don't wait. Don't be embarrassed. Just go. And number 1, the one that changes everything, sleep apnea is not a snoring problem. It is a heart problem, a blood pressure problem, a survival problem. If you are waking up multiple times a night and nothing else explains it, please, I am asking you as a physician and as someone who has watched this destroy lives, get a sleep study. 1 night, 1 test. It could save everything. Now here is what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow. Right now. First, go to your kitchen and move your water glass to the counter. That's your reminder to front-load your hydration tomorrow morning. Second, write down on your phone how many times you woke up last night. Start tracking it. Data is power. You cannot fix what you don't measure. Third, call your doctor this week and ask for 3 things. An A1C blood test, a PSA if you're a man over 45, and a referral for a sleep study if nothing else explains your nights. These 3 steps cost almost nothing. They take almost no time. And they have the power to completely change the quality and the length of your life. Because here is what I want you to walk away truly understanding tonight. Sleep is not a luxury. It is not something you earn after a hard day. Sleep is the single most powerful repair system your body has. It is when your heart resets, when your brain cleans itself, when your hormones rebalance, when your immune system rebuilds. Every night you spend waking up, every hour of broken sleep, is a night your body didn't get to finish the job. You deserve better than that. Robert, the 58-year-old man I told you about at the beginning of this video, was diagnosed with moderate sleep apnea. He started CPAP therapy. We adjusted his fluid timing. We caught early prediabetes before it became diabetes. 6 weeks later, he came back into my office. He sat down. He looked at me. And he said, "Doctor, I forgot what it felt like to actually sleep." That is available to you too. Not someday, not after it gets worse. Tonight can be the night things start to change, if you take what you've learned here and actually use it. Your body has been talking to you for a long time. You just didn't have the translation. Now you do. If this video helped you, or if you know someone who wakes up every night and just accepts it as normal, share this with them right now. It might be the most important thing you do for them today. And I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, how many times do you wake up each night? And after watching this, what do you think is your number one cause? Drop it below. I read every single comment, and your answer might help someone else finally understand what their body has been trying to tell them. Take care of yourself. Take care of your sleep. And I'll see you in the next one.